couple of map reviews, but I haven't seen any word of it on the Mod Hub yet, which might be a good series. Yeah, might be good for a series. Obviously, the other big news on Friday is the Old Stream Farm is out now. Again, I've played it a lot. That's my problem with Old Stream Farm is I've done a lot of Old Stream Farm stuff, and so I don't know that I'm particularly into doing it all over again. However, he's expanded the map in such a way that you've got the inner fields around the farm are very small and very cheap, so it's easy to expand the farm quickly initially. But then there is quite a lot of new countryside around the area which has the larger fields, so it's something that a farm like that could grow into. But as I said, the Old Stream Farm, as far as I'm aware, was Farm Sim 15 at least. Now, I didn't play Farm Sim 15, so I don't know, I'm not familiar with it from there. But I played 2 game saves in Farm Sim 17. One pre-seasons, one when seasons came. I dumped the game save I was playing and started a seasons playthrough on it. And then I think in 19 I've taken 2 looks at the map on 19, so I've kind of done it twice per release. As I said, I could do something serious, but I'm not sure. I'll take that under consideration. I haven't even personally looked at the map yet, but it's very much the similar style of the Old Stream Farm. It's got some interesting changes, and oops, we're full again. So I think it's time to run to the farm in this guy. No, we're actually. It's time to empty the tractor or the harvester for the last time. I'm not keeping accurate count, obviously. Oh, now the other thing I've neglected to look at while on stream, although I have looked at it myself, we ended up with 151,000 litres of sunflowers, and that was out of 26 and 25. I have no idea. Oh, we're moving sunflowers back to 1 and 2. I will probably do these 3 fields as sunflowers next year. This one I'm thinking about doing sugar beets in. Moving the potatoes over here. I can't remember how that field's 3. Similar size to the potatoes we have now, but the soil in this field is much richer. When we switch to there, this is almost totally loam. We've got clay down here, so the yield in this field's not great. It will be autumn there. 26 and 25. What am I planning to do with those now? I think these 2 I'm planning to plough it and plant as quickly as I can. Something. Planting season, yes. Rye, we're going to do rye, so we've got the next 4 months to do that in. And why are those yellow? Because they're still registering as sunflower. They're harvested. We haven't done anything else with them. I think I spread stuff on it. If I go back to there. pH is fair. Nitrogen. We put some slurry down, or digestate down on these two fields, because as I said, I want to turn them over quickly. So we're going to bring the seeder up here and replant those fields almost immediately. Okay, you're now full. I need to be back in this tractor. And so that's the plan. Those are a fast turnaround set of fields. And but we're only growing rye as an early crop in those fields. I could put some... I don't know if it's worth doing some barley and then corn anywhere. But I've got to start thinking about what's the farm expansion plans. We've got 240,000. We've got silage currently down at the BGA being digested at possibly 100,000 per day. And that's going to be happening for the next, I'm guessing, 2 to 3 days at least. So we're going to have some pre-Christmas income where we could buy some fields and get them set up for next year's harvest. I should take notes. I should write this stuff down, because obviously every week I'm rediscovering the same things I was doing last week. Anyway. I made... oops. We're full again. And of course the thing that impressed me about the Vicon fast bale is the fact that you don't have to stop. And it wraps at the same time. So it's literally, it's just a get in, drive. It adjusts its speed. I mean, that's a thing I wasn't prepared for. So where is it? It's this thing. Now here you can turn it in convertland, but yeah, it's got a pre-feed chamber, so it fills that up and then drops it in the back, and then while you're still moving, sucking up grass while that's transferring over into the wrapper. Very, very nice. Needs 150 horsepower, costs 110,000. But it only produces 125 centimetre bales, so you only got 3,500 litre bales. Whereas the bigger balers produce 180 centimetre bales, and those contain 7,500 litres of grass or hay. So less bales on the map, which is probably a significant thing if you're on a console, not so much if you're excuse me, if you're playing on a PC. But I'm definitely, for Farm Sim 22, I'm definitely taken with the round bales. On 19, I've generally avoided them because playing maps like this, you end up with all your bales at the bottom of the hill. They do roll, but you have to be really careless and basically drop them while you're on the move. And most of the time good grief, brakes. You don't want to be on the move when you're dropping bales out the back of a round baler. So it's going to be a slow drive back to the farm, I guess. I suppose I could hold everyone else up. So where we're at the moment with the root crops, we have 126,000 litres of potatoes currently picked up and 360,000 litres of sugar beets, and somebody's behind me. But now nobody's in front of me. do without the glare on my windshield. Thank you. I have not messed around with anything with additives at the moment. As I understand it, it's about a 10% boost in yield, and as you said, some of the loading wagons have additives. Some of the forage, or most of the forage harvesters, have additives. And I think the Crone baler, do we have that on this one? I can't remember. I think I did add the... Yes. I think this thing in Farm Sim 22 also has additive. So there is a baler option with additive. The problem is it's very expensive. And yes, the Land Rover's still there. Let's try and remember to take that with us, because actually, okay. I'm now going to do something that will make me forget to take the Land Rover with us, in spite of the fact it's parked by the gates. It might be, yeah, you might be right. There is a certain percentage of yield bonus. I mean, I know some people are talking about sort of the mythical 200% yield. I have not. I've managed to get yield up to 197, 198, depending about how the half rounds on the roller. So I'm using the roller correctly. But the mulcher, I don't know if it's actually working. The problem is it's hard to tell if the mulcher's working, because you don't see yield bonus until you've got a crop in the ground and you mulch the field before you put the crop in. But maybe what I should do is get 2 fields that are limed, ploughed and weedless, mulch one and then plant both, and see if there's a yield, but plant both with the same crop and then see if there's a yield difference between the two, and figure that out that way. But as I said, I can't figure out this mulching thing. It doesn't appear to be adding the 2.5% that it's claimed it's supposed to. But also in early testing, I think someone did prove that, and this was release, not Farming Simulator 1.2, but at release there was they did mulching, and it appeared to add 2.5%, not the 5% that Giant said that mulching and rolling did. And then on another strip they did no mulching, but they did rolling, and they got plus 2.5%. And then on another strip they did mulching and rolling, and still only got plus 2.5%. So it's sort of, are they, the deduction there is they're possibly mutually exclusive. Do one or the other, but if you do both, it doesn't change anything. And then because of that, I prefer using a roller to a mulcher, because you can roll in small stones and a mulcher doesn't have a secondary use. So I know some of the subsoilers create medium stones. If you create fields, you will make large stones. But the ploughs I've been using just make small stones. So you can run the plough over and then just go back with the roller or take the increased wear on the cedar. Oh, you've got to be kidding me, seriously, dude. You have just completely messed this up. Oh, now we're stuck on the car, there we go. Ugh. Okay. But yeah, it's... I like equipment that has double use. So things like a roller, you can roll in rocks and you can improve your yield. So it's a better thing to buy than a mulcher, which only does the one thing. I did find that the field care, the grass care rollers, also destroy rocks. And yeah, there is that. Oh, why am I doing that? Because that's for... Oops. And I've thought about that, but again, it's just this whole... Rocks are just a pain. And they're not worth much. If you're going to turn them into lime, yes, that does make them valuable, especially, and not so much because of the value of lime, but because of the how much lime it actually takes to cover a field. And that's another thing I've got on the Clarkson Farm Challenge, is all my fields need to be limed, but that involves renting equipment and all other sorts of fun, so not worried too much about that right now either. Okay, we will take it fairly easy down to the sugar beet field again. So yes, I don't know if anybody noticed, but the case has no diesel. And I noticed that last week, which is why one of the reasons that prompted me to switch over to picking up the potatoes with the Valtra, because I wasn't even sure I was going to get the case back to the yard. Oops. Okay. Did I do something? Yes, I did. Let's run the speed up to about 20. That would be a very good plan. And then sprint at 20 miles an hour down the road. Yeah, this isn't working. Stop, dude. Good job. Okay. Now maybe he'll keep up a bit. Nobody on the road behind us, so... Yeah, I forget about that sometimes. I set my tractors down to a slower cruise speed, and of course all the workers obey those as well. Oops. And I am reading and driving. Yes, not good. I need to repair my tractor. 1,200. Yeah. On my Calmsden Farm Challenge, it's costing me 10,000 to fix the Deutz every day. So, and it's literally every day. It's an old tractor. As I said, I've got about 40 hours on it now, and it's not even November yet. I also made a mistake because with the the bale haulage. Problem with the Deutz is it doesn't have a front loader. You can't fit a front loader to it, so I'm kind of stuck with I can't pick bales up. Now I could use one of the 3-point hitch bale spikes, and I might buy a couple just so I can move some bales around at least temporarily. But obviously that's a thing now. Problem is I can't remember. I think fuel is on the left. So it's been so long since I used this kit. Okay. There we go. We start that engine up, which creates a fill point there. And now we can fill the tractor up. Very slowly. I don't know. The problem is you're going to age the tractors very fast on Calmsden. And I think, the other thing with that is playing with seasons on 19. Okay, turn that off. So the other thing this can do is maintenance. If we come around the back and open the back up, there's a little maintenance thing there, and that turns this area into maintenance. So, nice little field trailer. Which is good to have around. Where is my... Oh, I think the Challenger got wrapped round a telephone pole. So we will park this over here out of the way. And if I get out and then tab to the next vehicle. He just got too far back. Okay, that's the thing. Yeah, so I mean, even on this, I've got 127 hours on this tractor, and it doesn't wear that quickly because, as I said, there's a modifier in Farm Sim 19 where typically you're probably maintaining your tractor's base game very, very frequently. But for seasons, it seems to be averaged out, so most of the time I think I might be maintaining my tractors twice a year. My harvesters, before the harvest, and they will last for the entire harvest. And I think that spoiled me when it comes to going back to base game again, and it is a major chore keeping your equipment repaired. But what's the penalty for not repairing it? Potentially something like the potato or the sugar beet harvester I'm currently running. It's either gonna slow me down so it takes longer to harvest the field, which could be significant, although we're playing 3-day seasons in real time, so not a big deal. This is the second day we've been harvesting this, and again but the other thing is it could have a penalty to yield. Now if your harvester has a penalty to yield based on damage, then you kind of want to keep it maintained, because you don't want to be losing. The worst thing you can do is lose crop yield. So, how to encourage people to maintain things? Do you need to maintain a weight? Well, it doesn't get lighter as it goes on, as time passes. So it's not like, oh, if I don't maintain my weight, it'll stop being 1,500 kilos. Same with, tippers. It doesn't mean you can hold less. Now, potentially with the realistic weight in Farm Sim 22, it could. If you don't maintain your tipper, well, it can't tip up because, the hydraulics need to be seen to. The suspension needs to be seen to. So, your trailer might be able to hold 30,000 litres, but if it can only hold 14 tonnes of material, and then as its maintenance needs increase, it can only hold 12, and then it can only hold 10. That would be an encouragement to get your stuff maintained, because it's degrading performance in a noticeable category. Now, you can turn off realistic weight in Farm Sim 22, but I play with it turned on just because having a big trailer like this is awesome, but if I'm loading it with rocks, I can only fill it half full. Yes. Well, I mean, I haven't seen anybody do YouTube videos on maintenance issues for what's it? Farm Sim 19. If your header was damaged, it would slow you down. If you so if the piece of equipment attached to your tractor was, or to your thing with an engine was damaged, you would do it slower. So if I jump back to this, if we look at sugar beet technology here, this has a maximum speed of 6 miles an hour. So as it gets okay, let's turn it off, turn it on again, and go. Okay, so I can still make 6 miles an hour, but I think the maintenance on the harvester is 77%, so it's fine. I'm going to turn all the lights on again so I can